So Carla, a very important part of Spanish culture is café.
Café, sí. Very important.
Very important, and multiple times during the day, right? You know, there's that first coffee in the morning in the cafe, or well, maybe first one's at home, but then you have a mid-morning
one
in the cafe with the
Have,
locals.
and then you have the afternoon coffee.
The after dinner, the after lunch. I mean, it's very important, and then even
in Santander, in each region of Spain has different names for their coffee. Here we have the café solo, which is just black coffee. Americano, and then we'll have cortado, but then we have a different our café con leche, which would be a large cup, and then we have this would be a café con leche, okay? But an interesting part is when you call it mediano, which is only used in Santander.
Oh.
So cortado would be the small. It's like an espresso with a dash of milk.
Yeah.
But if you in Santander in the bars, when you ask for a mediano, it's like a smaller, like a cup in between. So with a bit more than the cortado milk, okay? Because milk has always been really good in Santander, so it's like half-half, but not in a large cup. So mediano would be like for mid-morning or for afternoon. And if you say mediano in Bilbao, they look at you and think, what is that, you know? So it's like café con leche en taza pequeña, so yeah. So here's a mediano, okay? Mediano.
Yeah. And
then you have the new versions of like café latte or whatever, but that's more like a new trend, okay?
And very new.
Very new.
You know, takeaway cups don't exist here, do they?
Well, now they've started, but slowly.
I mean, only in the last year,
maybe.
last
few years, it's more to go into a bar. You know, you normally take a break at work. You stop for like 20 minutes. You have a pincho, like a pincho, a tortilla, or a toast with tomato, and then like 11 o'clock, 11:30, and then you carry on work. So that's coffee time with your people you work with. It's kind of very normal to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's also coffee. I mean, you'll have coffee after lunch in a bar. Normally, people go to a bar and ask, because a lot of people stop to work like 1 o'clock, and then they go back to work at 4 or 5 o'clock. So that before going to work, they always have a coffee. So you go to a bar, a local bar, and you kind of end up knowing because it's like a community, same people there, same time. So you can't have a conversation about, I don't know, weather's a basic one, weather and winds, you know, because the wind, depending on the wind, it'll change your day. So that's a major one. It's just like, people just meet up.
And,
football
how's Racing doing?
And whether there's going to be a bank holiday or how busy the city is because it's a bank holiday or things like that.
But it's such a ritual. It's there's the coffee, the drink, the coffee, but it's more what going for a coffee means. You're slowing down, you're sitting down, and you're connecting within community.
Yeah. And you read the newspaper.
You read El Diario de Montaña, and that's something that doesn't happen in other countries as much. You know.
No, this is very much a community where you do that. You stop, you read the paper.
You have a chit chat about what's in the paper.
You even share the paper because you'll have
a communal paper, right?
The communal. Has, someone they'll be. You know, you take too long, you pass me the paper, you know. So that has, it's a nice feeling.
It is a really nice feeling.
Coffee, we have a lot of brands in Cantabria. Coffee's always been, because coffee would come through the port. So Cantabria was always a big, coffee receiver because it was a major port.
Yeah.
So there's brands like El Dromedario. That have always been roasting here for the last 100 whatever years, and that's a very good brand in Spain. They roast a really good coffee.
It's a particular type of way of roasting, isn't it?
No, they have Arabica coffee.
Right.
And then in the old days, still a lot of have them, but not. It's called torrefacto. They would roast the coffee with sugar. But nowadays that's kind of slowing. Going down, and there's two types of beans. You have the Robusta bean and you have the Arabica bean. We have our own small roastery coffee, and so we roast our coffee quite lightly, and then we grind it here. And this is Arabica, for example. So Arabica has less caffeine. Robusta, it has more. So when you go, depends which type of bar, they'll have Robusta, which is cheaper.
Right.
Robusta comes from Africa or from Vietnam, especially in Spain. It's mostly Vietnam. It's not so tasty because the quality is not so good, and it has a bit more caffeine. So sometimes you have a coffee and you think, "Woo, I'm speedy," you know. That's because it was Robusta coffee. Okay, and this is Arabica, which is smaller, fruiter, and we have this one. I know Dromedario. The Dromedario, I've known them for years. They're really good. I mean, Santander has always had a good reputation for coffee because Dromedario was here, and they've done a great effort in Spain for the coffee. We decided to make our own with Angélica, but to make it even more kind of, so we roast only 4 kilos at a time.
Wow.
We have a special German machine, and then we roast it slowly. See why it's so light. And then we roast from 8 different countries. We roast from different projects, from Guatemala, from a women cooperative. We roast in also Colombia. We roast coffee from Ethiopia, from
so you
Kenya.
Bring that social element into the coffee as well.
Into the coffee, so we try and make people understand that coffee has this element of there's an impact on the producer and also on your health, you know, which is, for example, this is it, and this is a decaf, which is taken out. The caffeine has been taken out with just water. There's no chemicals into it.
Wow.
So most of the decaf in Spain is done with chemicals, and this is just washed with water.
Wow.
So that's important for your health also. You know?
Very much so.
Yeah.
It's these things that you...
And then we roast it ourselves, like it as well.
Yeah.
Decaf.
Yeah. Amazing.
So not many people know about this. So sometimes you think, oh, my stomach is not so. It's because of the coffee.
Yeah.
So one should dig a bit more into what coffee you drink. Good. The sign is the roast. I mean, if you grab a bean that is too dark, that's because the quality is not very good. They hide by roasting it too much. Yeah. They hide the imperfections of a coffee. So this kind of light, you know, roasted but not too dark is the best type. Okay. Do you want to try?
Yes, please. I'll go for a decaf, please.
Decaf? Okay. Let me get a decaf for you.
I've noticed even in the last few years in Santander that, well, even in the last year, there's some new coffee places opening up, right? Where coffee's always been something that was so important, but it was how do I put it? It was something that people didn't care too much about the coffee. You know, you drank the coffee and you had the social element to you, and you got the buzz from it to keep going. Yeah. But I've noticed, you know, coming from Australia, right, where everyone's a barista, and you know, there's such a snobbery around coffee and how you know what milk you put with it and all these different things.
Well, here it was more normal. It was just like you know, everyday thing, and people didn't. Yeah. Now there's a big, there's more people are realizing how that is important. Yeah?
There's more expressing that can be done with coffee than what was before, definitely. But then a cup of coffee in Australia will cost you about $8 these days, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, here's more. If you charge $8, you'll be empty.
Exactly.
You know, you'll be empty. So,
yeah.
Let me get that. Just taste it. So that's quite decaf, but it's not burnt. It's not burnt, and
stunning. The way it sticks to the glass.
Yeah, and that's the decaf
stunning.
one. So it's quite. This is the normal one. And even the smell. Yeah. Look at this. You'll see this smell now.
Beautiful.
I nearly sniffed it.
And where did the name Angélica come from? Café
It was
Angélica?
Angélica was the shop. Sorry, Angélica was the shop that we took over. This shop that sold herbs. And we still sell herbs and spices, and we just add the coffee.
Oh wow!
So the name was done by, in 1947. We just left it.
Isn't that beautiful?
We just left the name. We left even the actual logo you see here is what it was done by this guy in 1947. So we haven't touched anything.
Amazing.
Just kept. I think sometimes it's I think in Britain or in Ireland or. You're more aware sometimes of keeping things in Spain.
The value of it.
The value in Spain. Sometimes we kind of everything new, and we take we don't take care of the things of the past.
Yeah.
So we've tried to do that.
That's a beautiful story to have. Yeah.
Okay.
And you've just opened the
We just
cafe
opened another cafe next to Gil, to the bookshop
in Plata Pombo.
in Plaza Pombo, and then we roast a different coffee every day.
Oh wow.
And every day one day you'll have Colombia, another day you'll have Guatemala. So every day is different. So that also we're trying to make sure that people understand that there's different types of variety of coffee, different taste, different acidity, different. This is more chocolatey. This is more kind of just fruity.
Fantastic.
And so it's a way of learning by just having an everyday
Experience.
coffee, an experience. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy because coffee now is booming, and it's in a beautiful square.
Stunning.
It's one of
It's a landmark
it's an
building that you
1825 building there.
Yeah.
It was done by the same architect that built the Santa Lucia church, and it's actually the warehouse of the shipyard. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah,
but that makes sense. Perfect sense.
All those arches was the warehouses of the ship that went to the Americas.
Wow.
So that was where the coffee was kept.
Because of course it was
because the sea went all the way to there.
Yeah.
And then
That
they built
makes
Paseo
perfect
Pereda.
sense.
So the sea would reach all the way to Cañadillo. Then they built that house. The boats were in front of it on the square actually, and then from the square went. They did El Paseo Pereda and a bit further, but that's so that and the ship merchants lived in the house above.
Wow.
So it was the ship merchants, and then the warehouses, like in Bordeaux also, but in Santander because this was the port of northern Spain. It was the most important port. Bilbao now in terms of industrial. It's bigger now.
Yeah, but
previously
Santander.
was Santander.
And even Laredo had such.
Yeah, Laredo was bigger
such a,
because of the natural way of being able to come in and out of the port. It's more protected.
Yeah.
Port in Santander, being in a bay, you're much more protected.
Yeah.
Same in Santoña and Laredo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic. Oh well, Carlos, it's been wonderful
Nada.
talking to you today, and
it's a pleasure.
Yeah, I
hope
could stay with you
that
all
was
day.
Nice. That was nice. We don't want to bore. But nice, thank you for having this chat.
Oh, it's been wonderful,
Okay.
really, really wonderful.
Okay.
And I'm sure that through all of these conversations, people will understand why things are the way in Cantabria more.
Cantabria,
and
I think it's the place.
yeah,
It's the place. I mean, it's the place. And everybody comes here. Everybody wants to come back.
yeah, I agree.
You know, and once you come and live here, you don't want to move.
No,
Yeah,
because it
so-
has everything.
Yeah. And even the winters, Nigel. I mean, last week it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really sunny.
It's 25 degrees.
25 degrees,
Yeah.
and you're 1st of March, and you're in the beach, like going, wow,
Yeah,
Even in the rest of Spain, well, not even in the Med,
yeah.
because we're protected by the mountains. So it's it's a special place, I think.
No, but to have the level of gastronomy that is available to us here every day.
Food, and it's not that in comparison to other parts of Spain. It's quite reasonably priced,
It
I
is.
think.
Yeah.
All the food and restaurants and going out. Other parts of Spain are more expensive. Like the Basque Country is more expensive.
Yeah.
So here, you can have a good balance between work, go out, and eat good food at home because fish is not expensive.
No, and
If
for
you go
children
if you go to fish market here, in comparison to fish market in Madrid, it's like what? It's like going to a jewellery shop and buy gold and just buy sweet shop. So there's a big difference.
Yeah. No, wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I've really enjoyed this chat with Carlos. I've lived here for 5 years and I've learned things today that I didn't know about. And I hope that anyone who does listen or watches this will understand the culture that goes into the food. That when you go to a restaurant and you see what's on the menu, you can understand why it's there and where it came from, and rest assured that the quality of food that is available to us here in Cantabria is just top notch. So thank you very much.